What's up, guys? It's Yo Jimbo here, and we have another video for the Cycle Frontier. And this is a big one today, guys. Today we have the official patch notes for patch 1.2.0, and we're going to be covering all of those today. So let's get into it here. Now, if you don't know, the Cycle is a game very similar to that, like Tarkov. You have a survival, looter, shooter. Your job is to drop into the world, loot what you can, kill who you can, and get out while you can, keeping whatever loot you find, but losing anything you have on you when you die. Tomorrow, at the time of making this video, drops patch 1.2.0, which is going to be the Season 1 update for the Cycle. Now, this starts the very first season for the Cycle. There will not, I repeat, there will not be a wipe for the start of the season. This is pretty unusual for the start of a season. I'm not sure why they've decided to go on and do it this way, but hey, they're the ones in charge, and we're just rolling with the punches. Now, we did find out that the seasons are planned to last about 3 months, which I think is a very fair amount of time. This gives us 4 seasons a year if everything goes to plan. And the wipes will start at the end of Season 1, beginning of Season 2. Now, to start out here with this update, we have, first and foremost, the one thing we knew we were getting, a Battle Pass. That's right, we have the Fortuna Pass, which is going to have a free and a paid version of the pass. It looks like the free version of the pass is going to give us things like weapon supply crates, resources, Arum, and salvage tokens to use for your gear. Now, they were also going to have a paid track, which is going to have XP boosters for the pass, prospector skins, melee weapons, emotes, banners, chams, and more. The paid pass is not very expensive at 950 Arum. Between what you can get from your den upgrades and free Arum, combined with what you'll get in Arum on the free battle pass, you may be able to just purchase this thing without any money out of pocket. If you do have to pay out of pocket, it looks like you'll be able to get it for just the lowest purchase of Arum in the shop, which is 1,000 Arum for $12.99. That's US dollars. Which is probably not going to be a bad deal, especially if these skins are unique to the Battle Pass, which is something that I particularly love. One of my favorite things in games, especially as a player from the beginning of the season, of the first season, is having things that other people don't have later on. So if I can have a Season 1 skin and nobody else has that, or at least a very limited number of people have that because they weren't here since day one, that's something I particularly like. So I will definitely be buying the Battle Pass, and I really hope the skins that we get in the Battle Pass do not go into the shop once the season is over. That's something that a lot of companies do, and I really hope they don't decide to do that here. Sorry for those who miss it. Snooze, you lose kind of thing, right? Be here or be square. I don't know. What do they say? Second on our list, we have the Twitch drops. Now, I do stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/itsyojimbo. Same name as here on YouTube. So come by and check us out there. I do normally have a very regular schedule of streaming every single day of the week, normally starting at about 7 a.m. Eastern time. I will say right now, since school is out, I do have my daughter here with me, so my streams have been a little wacky in terms of scheduling. But they will have Twitch drops, and if you don't know what those are, it's a great way to get free loot in game. So you link your game account with your Twitch account, and you watch a Twitch stream, a Twitch streamer who's playing the Cycle. You will accrue time watched, and once you hit these breakpoints, you will get drops. You'll get items in the actual game for you to use, just for watching people on Twitch. Now they're going to have a different brackets that they have people streaming in that will have drops available. Now, if you're looking on the Twitch website and you look down at the below the person's stream and where the tags are, there will be a tag there that says drops enabled, just like this right here, drops enabled. And if that is not there, then that person either does not have drops that day for whatever the reason may be, or they do not have drops enabled. If they're a new streamer, they might not know that they need to do this. So June 23rd to the 25th are open days. Everyone will be able to stream with drops enabled. So if you are a Twitch streamer, you can have drops enabled. People who are watching you will get exclusive drops through the Twitch drop system. The 25th, 28th is partners only. Drops will be exclusive to partners on a rotating pattern. Schedule is soon to be revealed. So what will happen here is on this day, and this day, you might have Sequisha, Shroud, and somebody else that has drops. On this day, it might be somebody different, right? So you have to see who the schedule is on, and you have to watch that specific streamer. 28th, 29th is affiliates only. So these are non-partners on Twitch. You do have to be in the affiliate program. And then 29 to July the 2nd is partners only again. And then from July 2nd to July 4th, we have open days again. So anybody streaming the game will have drops enabled. So you can, obviously, the best thing you can do to help out people on Twitch would be to be active in their chats, follow their streams, so on and so forth. But say you have a busy schedule, you have to work, you can't get your computer, you can most definitely leave the stream up for somebody who has drops enabled, and you can go about your day and do your thing, and you will accrue the time without physically watching the stream yourself. Some changes that are going to be coming to the game here. This is a very important one here. The creature spawn for the Dead Scientist mission was adjusted. There'll be at least 5 creatures that are always spawning. Now, this is a important thing because to get this quest done, it wasn't a hard quest, but it was a little annoying as a lot of times the creatures are already dead. So now, hopefully with these changes, more often you'll go there and there will actually be mobs there for you to kill. Just under that, looks like they are also adjusting loot and enemy respawn timers in general. This again is important for reasons such as this, where you have to farm these items or kill these mobs, and you can't because they're just not there. We did another tuning pass for our matchmaking buckets. This is good. The important thing with matchmaking is to keep people in their correct brackets as often as possible. It feels really bad when you go up into a bracket of people that you don't belong into. Maybe there was a mistake in the algorithm, or maybe you just had a couple of really good raids in a row, but you're generally not that talented of a player. So you get put up into a higher bucket, and you end up, running against, Shroud or something, like 3 matches in a row, and he just headshots you every time. Right? That doesn't feel very good. So you want to make sure you're in the correct bracket with people that are in your skill level that you can learn off of and become better players, and then move up to the new brackets when you're ready. You can now craft altered nickel. I never had a problem finding altered nickel myself. I didn't know that this was a concern that people had, but apparently it was enough that they made a change for that. So hey, cool. If you need your altered nickel, go get it. This is one that's been very, very hot topic for a lot of people. The trench gun, the rusty trench gun, and the shatter gun are obviously some top contenders for best weapons in the game. The range that shotguns have is pretty absurd. I know IRL shotguns have really far range, 30 meters, blah, blah, blah. But this isn't IRL. This is a video game, and balance is different in games than it is in real life. And having a gray shotgun that can, two pump people from 20 meters away is just, it's a little crazy. But they did increase the hipfire spread, which also does mean that at further ranges, these shotguns will not be quite as good. And then also the ADS spread too, so same thing. And I'm assuming that these nerfs get multiplied with the jump, we'll call it a debuff, jump debuff. So if you're jumping and shooting, your spread is going to be all over the place. Probably a good change. You shouldn't be able to 2-pump people with a gray weapon from a far distance. It should be really, really good in range, and then it should taper off pretty strongly, especially with penetration, in my opinion. The rusty AR, the regular AR-55, and the Manticore all get a damage nerf, 1 damage per bullet. Doesn't sound significant, but 1 damage per bullet is pretty significant in the fact that it's going to now take on average 1 more bullet to kill an enemy. And that could be a big difference in life and death. How many times have you been 1 bullet short of killing somebody? This is important. This is good that they're not doing big sweeping changes to the weapons, nerfing it like crazy. You want them to do. I know that you might get really annoyed when you die to a mana core or something, right? Everybody's using them, but you don't want them to do big giant passes of nerfs, right? Where they absolutely obliterate a weapon every time they do it, or absolutely nerf something, so crazy that it becomes unusable. You want them to do these fine nerfs and fine tuning these weapons down into, a place where everybody's comfortable with them. Some bug fixes. I'm not going to go through the whole list because it was, it's kind of long, but they have the friends list, which is a really big one. This is a very big thing to turn people off from the game. You have to go through a lot of hoops to be able to add a friend sometimes, and sometimes the hoops that you went through didn't even work. It appears that they have fixed this, which is huge. They fixed item duplications, which is great because obviously if you can duplicate items, you can make infinite money, which kind of kills the game. We fixed the problem that some players get stuck in their starter quest. That's cool. The Paladin Blade getting fixed, cool, because it's a paid item. You definitely want people to feel good about buying that item. None of these are really crazy things. A couple of item bugs visually that they had fixed. Marauder Footsteps fix. This is actually kind of a big one because the only thing more terrifying than hearing the footsteps behind you stomping is not hearing them when you know you should. Fixing gunfire is huge. Anything that has to do with sound being fixed is very, very, very important in this game. The sound is so important. This is actually a bug. I consider this a bug, kind of a glitch, and people were abusing it. You could skip the B9 trench gun reloading animation. Now you cannot do that. You have to actually reload your gun correctly. I never seen a ton of people doing this, so maybe it wasn't like such a crazy thing, but if word gets out, you know how fast that stuff spreads. What else we have here? This is a bunch of little stuff here. It doesn't really matter. It matters, but it's not going to vastly change the way you play the game or anything like that. So these are all things that we need to have fixed, but they're just not going to make a huge impact on every single player. Reverb sound effects fixed. That's huge. Sound effects fixed. Huge. Cool. Nice. So in the miscellaneous section, we have what is probably the biggest thing that everybody's talking about, and that is the anti-cheat measures. They've made some additional tweaks to that. They have... I haven't seen a pickaxe cheater since they did the update, personally. So, obviously I'm just one person. But they're working on it, which is what really matters. One thing people need to understand is that the devs will never be ahead of the cheat developers. The cheat developers will always be first. The cheat developers, they're the ones making these cheats for people to use. The devs can't find a way to stop them until they're already being used, right? So you have to understand when you see a cheat, you don't instantly go to the subreddit or the Discord and be like, oh my God, this game is dead. There's so many cheaters everywhere. Why aren't they doing anything? You have to understand the order of operations here. And just be aware, like, when you say that they need to hardware ban or IP ban and stuff like that, there's ways around all of these things, and the people are already going through the measures to use these cheats. Obviously, they're going to go through the measures to get around these hardware bans and stuff like that. Now, I do agree if they have the option to hardware and IP ban, they should use them, but I don't think they need every single person yelling at them, telling them that they need to do this thing. They're completely aware. I mean, you're not telling them something that they don't already know. Just give them the chance to work on the thing, okay? Being able to kick players for maintenance if they're not on the correct version. This is huge because I actually lost out on a very big raid myself. After the last update, I did not do the update. Apparently, I was unaware, and I was in the base camp in the first map, and I had some really good loot on me. I had my first Lancer, the burst rifle, and I waited out the storm, and I was making my way to extract, decided to hit a node on my way. And as soon as I hit the node, I got yeeted back to the ship, and my character was naked as if I had died. So I lost everything. And that happened because some connection with the server. Once I hit the node, it yoinked me out of the game because I was not on the correct version of the game. So I understand why it happened. I'm not mad about losing this stuff. That's, you got to roll with the punches. That's the way the game works. But it looks like they've put a fix in for that, which is huge because I put in a report, explained what happened, and hopefully that report helped them fix the problem. Twitch drop vanity cannot be claimed if your stash is full. This is a known issue, which means they haven't worked it out yet at the time of dropping these patch notes anyway. So if you do get a Twitch drop once the Twitch drop system starts, please make sure that your stash is not full when you try to claim it, right? Make sure you have some room for these items, or else they could bug out, and who knows what might happen. You don't want that to happen. The Biker Queen's image shows black hair, though she has white hair. Not a huge problem, though. When people do buy things or whatever the case may be, you do want it to be the correct thing that is showing that it should be, right? So that seems like an easy fix for them to get done. That's just not a big problem. And that's that, guys. It's a quick one. It's a quick one. Now, one thing I think I did not touch on is the time of this update. The time of this update comes at 10 a.m. CEST, which is very soon after I'm dropping this video. That is 4 a.m. Eastern time for people in my time zone, and that is very soon. So I'm gonna attempt to get some sleep, and I'm gonna try to be here for that update in just a couple of hours. So guys, I'll see you there. Good luck on your raids. Remember, shoot on sight. No, I'm just kidding. Be friendly if you want to. I shoot on sight though. It's just the way it is. Adios, muchachos. I'll see you guys there.